What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video, and welcome to your daily news report for Saturday, May 21st. So in today's video, we got a little bit of a different outline we're going to use today, because today the big story is going to be around monkeypox. That's going to be the big one, because what we are seeing is that we are potentially dealing with a monkeypox outbreak. This is not good news. This is something that many people have been watching over the past couple of weeks, because this is starting to break out across the world, not just here in the United States. But that's the issue, because as more people start to travel, we could see more people come back to the United States with monkeypox. So I will address that towards the end of this video. We're also going to talk about how senators, specifically Democrats, are fighting for their lives while leading up to the midterm elections. And I also want to talk about personal savings and how it is dropping, and dropped about 15%. So let's get right into the update. All I ask is if you can take 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button, and let's get started. So here's what we know. Democrats are doing everything they can to ensure that they do not lose the upcoming midterm elections. Now, Democrats are attempting to do certain things like pass President Biden's economic agenda. Now, what I can tell you here is many voters say this is not the time to get this passed. The time to get the Biden economic agenda passed was back in 2021, not in 2022. In 2022, we must address inflation. We must address gas prices and food prices and make sure the American people can just survive. Well, that's the first thing that they want to do. However, it's also been put on the back burner because Democrats had to get the additional $40 billion passed for Ukraine. Now, even though Democrats were really ones pushing for this, it was a bipartisan bill. In the Senate, it passed, I believe, 89-11. So it did get passed. And President Biden actually signed that bill last night. Here's the other thing. Most Democrats say that we must pass a bill that will help the American people get through these tough times and these times of high inflation. And what they're saying is, here's how we do it. We need to pass a bill to provide affordable housing. That has not been done. We need to pass a bill that would provide prescription drug costs and lowering them, right? A little bit of a prescription drug reform. Well, that's part of the Biden's economic agenda. But again, that can't pass. That can't pass, but certain little bills could. They say let's do student loan debt forgiveness. Let's also do the child tax credit payments. And let's also throw in that we need to provide more to people on Social Security. All these things. But again, that's the tough part, is how do they get this passed? We also know Democrats are fighting for $10 billion in additional COVID aid. Now, this is actually pretty big. The $10 billion is not a lot of money. I would love $10 billion. But at the same time, in the grand scheme of things, when Biden's proposing $1 trillion bills, this is something that's not very big. But due to Title 42, this is sitting and it's not getting passed. But Democrats understand that without more approved bills, they will have an uphill battle from now until the election. So one of the things that they're trying to do is they're trying to get this additional COVID aid, additional aid to fight any new, future pandemic. Well, that's great. But what we're seeing at the same time is, because you look at the news, there's not a lot of talks of COVID. There's not a lot of talks on the COVID aid bill, right? But then you start hearing news of, there's something called monkeypox, right? Is this strange? I think it's a little bit strange. And again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist or anything, but it's odd that, okay, lawmakers are trying to pass a bill to provide additional COVID aid of $10 billion, but yet nobody's talking about COVID. And then all of a sudden, we get these new updates of now we're seeing monkeypox in the U.S.? I don't know. It seems a little bit odd to me. But the biggest problem right now is that honestly nothing's working. We are not seeing Congress work together. We're not seeing Congress and the White House work together. We have a baby formula shortage. And that was something, again, we've seen some stuff get passed for that, but it's not going to be soon enough. People have been struggling to find baby formula since like February. So it's not like it's happening all of a sudden. We also have a gas and food crisis. This isn't new. It's a major problem. Not only do we see a shortage in gas, but we're also seeing a shortage in food. But then we're seeing gas prices go up. We're seeing food prices go up. We are sending some of our fuel to other countries. Those are issues. And we are not solving them the best that we can, according to many experts. And this is where Democrats believe that they will be screwed if more does not get passed. They also say housing has become so expensive that lower income earners are unable to afford to purchase anything. This means houses, but at the same time rents are going up as well because of higher home values. And that's what's very scary about all this is if you don't currently have a house, you don't live in a house that is yours, you are paying a mortgage, you are pretty much at the mercy of your landlord. That's not a good situation to be in, especially not right now. But while you're at the mercy of your landlord, or maybe, one thing that I want to address is the American savings. What we are seeing. Because according to Northwestern Mutual's recent Planning and Progress study, they say that personal savings has dropped by 15%. In 2021, personal savings was about $73,100. Now in 2022, it is $62,086. It's dropped by 15%. That's a huge number. And let me ask you this. You don't have to tell me how much money you have in savings, okay? It doesn't matter. But have you been saving less money? Have you? For me personally, okay, and I talked about this yesterday, is I am putting a lot of my money right back into my businesses. So as far as my personal savings, I am not saving any more money than I used to. My savings isn't dropping. It's actually, my savings or investments aren't even going up. It's going right back. It's staying where it was. So for me, nothing's really changed, but I know a lot of people are not saving any money. They are not investing any money. They are spending more money because of the rising cost. And let me know, is this happening to you as well? So let's get to the big news report for the day. And this is the potential disaster that we may have on our hands of monkeypox. This is something that we have to take very serious. Now, what is strange about this, especially at this time, is that monkeypox is normally spread by close contact with an infected animal, which normally comes from West or even Central Africa. However, the two people that did test positive, there's one in New York and there's one in Massachusetts. The one in Massachusetts is positive for monkeypox. The one in New York, they confirmed it wasn't, okay? But they did test positive initially. Again, I don't know. It seems odd to me. Okay, the whole story. But again, all these are facts. You can go and check them if you want to. But here's what you need to understand. So these two people that did test positive, they had no contact with an animal from West or even Central Africa. And according to health officials, close, intimate contact from person to person must have had to been achieved. But in these two cases, that wasn't the situation either. So they're trying to figure out, how did somebody get infected? How did this virus get transmitted from one person to another? Or how did they get it? Currently, as of today, there are 6 cases being looked into for possible monkeypox here in the United States. And experts say that more are bound to turn up. But get this. They say more are bound to turn up as more Americans understand what the symptoms are and how to look for them. So again, remember when we started to see COVID, right? The first initial outbreak, and an outbreak is pretty much defined as any increase in normal numbers. So if normally we see 1 case of monkeypox, but then all of a sudden we have 2 cases, that's technically an outbreak. So if you see this, something say, oh, outbreak confirmed, just understand we might have gone from 1 to 2. Okay, so just keep that in mind. But due to the nature of the monkeypox virus, the U.S. has rushed to purchase 13 million monkeypox vaccines. Okay, so they are already preparing for what? Because according to many experts, they say this is something that we shouldn't really be worried about because it would be very mild. I don't know. But then, okay, get this, the World Health Organization says that roughly 10% of people that do get monkeypox die because of this virus. They're also saying that there's only 80 cases that have been confirmed worldwide, and there are outbreaks in 11 countries. So keep that in mind, okay? Because health officials say that Americans shouldn't get too worked up about the possible monkeypox outbreak because it might not happen. But again, at the same time, and I don't want to question the World Health Organization, right? But these are not elected officials. They're not elected. We did not go and elect these people to be there. I never voted for any of these people. Did you? So the issue with this is, okay, we're getting these reports from the World Health Organization, but this is the same group of people that told us about COVID, months later. The same group of people that said that we didn't have anything to worry about. Same group of people that told us to go and get the vaccine, but yet it seems like people that have the vaccine get COVID more than people that don't, but the people that do have the vaccine don't go to the hospital as much. So again, it's just crazy what's going on. Again, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just trying to show you what's out there. This is what we're being told by the World Health Organization. Okay? Now, I'm not trying to get, scare you or anything like that, but I'm trying to give you the facts. This is what we know. There are cases of monkeypox out there, and experts say we are going to see them here in the U.S. in just a matter of probably weeks, but it might not be because there's more cases. It's only going to be because we are now being told what to look for. So that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise I'll come back on, share all the latest news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.